Hi, thank you for coming. Thank you for taking a Sunday to come and share with us. It shows that you are really interested in the future of your country and the future of the world. Today I'm going to share some experiences with you. Some of the stories I'm going to tell are not happy stories, some are sad, but most of them are lessons we've learned from the field, and we're here to share them with you. Basically, the main message is what happens when disaster strikes is an unfortunate twist of fate. What happens after disaster strikes is our responsibility. Earthquake, tsunami, that's nature's fault. What happens now, it's our fault or our success. So when disaster strikes, some people are given a burden, the burden to endure disaster and the challenges that come with it. But some of us are given a gift, the gift of being spared from disaster. Being here today is a gift. Having a house, having a home, having a work, having a place to go back to is a gift. The question is, how can we not use our gift to lift the burden of others? There are many lies going around when disaster strikes. Disaster challenges the conventional structure of authority. And there are many things, many of you have been asking us, how can I help? How can I help? And they tell you, oh, you cannot help. Only experts can help. Only people who are trained to help can help. That is a lie. That is a lie. Anyone can be in the field and help and be valuable. Every moment, every second, every minute you spend in the field, you can save someone's lives. You can change the life of people. You will be a burden in the field. Why? Don't I have a mind? Don't I have 2 arms, 2 legs, my strength, my heart? I will not be a burden. You will not be a burden if you go now up north and help others. If you go now up north and do your duty as a citizen and do your duty as a human being. I visited shelter after shelter after shelter up north. The response, apparently the official response that was meant to be said was, thank you, we don't need anything. I had people with millions of dollars in their pocket to provide things for the shelters. The response of the shelters was, thank you, we don't need anything. That is a lie. The Japanese government has done a great job at providing for the people that have endured this disaster. They have provided shelter, food, and water, medicine, and medical care. Now, is that everything that people need? People need so much more. So you engage them. You find out they need underwear. They need feminine hygiene products. The children need toys. They are given a blanket, but can you live with a blanket? You need to change your clothes. There's so much more that's needed. So don't be fooled by the response of, we have everything we need. Because the people there, they need so much more. Ask them. They lost their homes. They lost everything. It is not true that we can provide everything they need. They need so much more. When they tell you, don't send clothes, you know who's saying that? It's an institutional-centric response. It's the institutions who cannot handle clothes. But ask the people, they need the clothes. They need food. They're getting food today but in the shelters. That is true. 1 meal a day. They have to stand in line to eat. Yes, they're being taken care of, but they need more. And we can do more. We can give them more. So when they tell you, don't send food, don't send yourself, send money, why? Japan is a rich country. The last thing Japan needs is money. It needs action. It needs ideas. It needs solution, not money. Don't give money. Give your strength. Give your idea. Give what you are. We all can respond. We all can be part of the relief effort. We need to donate action, not money, not words. But how can we do it? If you decide to go in the field, and this is true, this is why I tell you don't come, because some people don't get ready to come. You need to bring your own supplies, your own food, whatever you're going to need, because so you don't be a burden in the field. Bring your own food. When I go in the field, half of my luggage, half of my backpack is food, so I don't have to take away food from anyone. Talk to the local stakeholders, engage them, because they know better than you. They know better than any other organization what's needed. Work with them. Make sure that you have a mobile phone or any other device that will keep you connected, and make sure you are mobile, that you can move around. Even if it's a bicycle, even if it's anything, but you need to move around. If you have your own food, if you talk to the locals, and you have a mobile phone, and you have a bicycle, you will save lives, believe me. One after another. Every second you spend in the field will be valuable. Finally, listen, learn, and respect. These people have lost much, but they still have the knowledge they are people. If we do that, every one of us is useful in the field. Now, what is it that we do at Relief 2.0? Relief 2.0 is a focus on running the last mile in disaster relief, connecting the dots. I have been to places where people are dying here, needing something that is here a mile away. But there is no one to walk the mile from here to here. So that's why we call it the last mile. We run the last mile by deploying independent units in the field who don't have to ask permission for anyone. They can move around, they can do anything, supported by mobile technologies, mobile phones, internet, and supported by people in the social networks. I need something, I tweet. My friends in the social networks get those things from me. One day I said, I need to get out of Haiti in 2 hours, and I cannot make it to the border. In less than 1 hour, I had 2 helicopters landing for me. And I don't even own a car. But just like a very famous person, I had 2 helicopters landing there for me. And I had to tell one of the pilots, thank you very much. I like the other helicopter better. So what we do is we try to fill the gaps created by bureaucracy and top-down hierarchies. That is Relief 2.0. Basically, you've seen it before. It's the same thing that Inside Info is doing. It's part of it. It's the same thing that's been expressed here before. It's people in the field. They report the needs. These needs go up live on a website or on central database. Then people complete those. The people complete those requests, and then they start to broadcast those requests on and on the social networks until someone finds a solution for those requests. This is a very unstructured process, but I'll give you an example. One day I was in Haiti, and someone tweeted, there are 15 people in a supermarket in Belmont 25. That's a report from the field. That's valid. That's what one person from the field can do. Now, someone else on Twitter says, there is no Belmont 25 in Port-au-Prince. I think you're saying Delma 25. Someone else takes that information, looks it up on Google Maps, and finds Delma 25, and finds a supermarket on Delma 25, and posts the geolocation of the supermarket, and that's how those people were rescued. That is Relief 2.0 in action. Everyone does the little thing, and together we can do so much more. But basically, we're not here to talk about Relief 2.0 because that's response. We want to look beyond Relief 2.0. This thing is dying. We know that people respond to calls to help. You're all here on Sunday. You want to help. So why are we failing so badly? Truth is, I don't believe in helping. I don't think that help is any help. I don't think that helping anyone helps. Often when we help, we make life decisions for those we are helping. We're deciding that we're going to move them from Sendai to another place. We're just making decisions for them, and that is wrong. Eventually, it comes back to us. Often, we fail to see the whole picture, and we feel happy to say, we are saviors. I came here to save you. Look, I'm your father. I'm here to save you. We need to talk, we need to engage the stakeholders. Look at this picture. In this picture, you have university students from Sendai cooking and feeding disaster survivors. Why? Are the women there, are the men in that shelter unable to cook? We fail to think about it. We don't need the students to go there and cook for them. They can cook. Get them busy. Get their minds occupied. Give them dignity. No, but we tell them, at noon you stand in line, we will feed you because we are your saviors. It's great that the students are coming, but think about it again. Do they have to come and cook? Do they have to come and feed these people? Give them food, give them the pots, and they will cook for themselves. They don't need us to feed them. Often when we help, we think about the approach that's most efficient to us. That's a friend of mine bringing food for people because that's how he thinks he's going to save them. What are we going to do with that food? We don't have a place where to cook it. So, bring pots and pans. I have another friend who, what he does is always he buys pots and pans because you give people pots and pans, they will find something to put inside the pots and pan and cook. I make a meal. Often, we destroy the environment we're trying to help. We come in, we think we're going to help. Ask the doctors in Haiti. This is a real quote. Man, you're killing me. Before the earthquake, I had patients. Now I have none because they all get free treatment at your clinic. Israel, Argentina, Italy, they all set up free field hospitals. None of them approached the surviving hospitals. There were hospitals who were standing in Haiti, clinics with doctors, nurses, facilities. No one came to the hospital. Let's work together. So now those doctors, those hospitals are going bankrupt. We're destroying the medical system in Haiti. Eventually, the field hospitals will pick up and leave, and we don't have a medical health sector in Haiti. We displace the local capacity. Often we measure our actions by, we went there, we did 12 missions in the field, we deployed this thing, we delivered these things, and we don't actually measure the impact we might have had in people. So our message here is never help, enable, engage, empower, and connect. Don't think about helping others, because your help is no help. Now, if you enable them to do more, if you enable them to do, here I'm helping a friend who actually, the one thing he does is he provides fuel. He says, I don't do food, I don't do clothing, I don't do anything. I find fuel for the people, because I give them fuel, they will be able to run errands, they'll be able to do their things. So enable people, engage them, empower them, and connect them with others. The sooner you're out of the picture, the better. Find someone who can do, with whom they can work. So let's keep, so we only have 15 minutes, and let's quickly. So the question is, who are the people who survive disaster? It seems to be random. It seems to be people that we have in a shelter. But no, 4 weeks ago, think about it. Who were the people in the shelters? There were doctors, professors, teachers, owners of business. There were truck drivers. There were CEOs. There were researchers. There were scientists. Why do we fail to acknowledge that? They were professors. They were scientists. They were business owners. And now we want them to stand in line to be fed, instead of engaging them to rebuild the country, to rebuild the region. So basically, this is one doctor. This is a dentist. He told me, I wanted to work until I could move my hands. Now, all his equipment is gone. And he says, I will not be able to do anymore. So these are the survivors. So our message is very clear. What we're doing here is the following. We're here to start working with the disaster survivors and enable them as entrepreneurs before they are turned into refugees by the conventional relief system. Disasters don't create victims. Disasters don't create refugees. It's the conventional relief system that creates refugees. These are survivors. We need to work with them and enable them as entrepreneurs, acknowledge their capacity before they are turned into refugees. 6 months from now, their spirits will be broken because they have to stand in line to be fed. They have to ask. They have to wait for the government. They have to wait for us to help them. But if we enable them as entrepreneurs, we can do it. This is a picture of Ishinomaki. This is a business street. As you can see, everything is there. The tsunami swept away everything that was inside the stores. But the stores are there. The store owners are there. All we need to do is get them to reopen their businesses, and the city will be alive again. We don't have to give them money. We don't have to feed them. We need to get them to reopen their businesses and the city will be alive again. Every business that reopens will be 5, 10, 15 people out of the lines waiting to be fed. So our plan is to match shops, businesses, with businesses in other areas that were not affected, so they can work together and reopen. If you own a pizza place here in Fukuoka, and you learn about a pizza owner in Ishinomaki or in Sendai who lost everything, wouldn't you feel it in your heart to say, let's talk. Perhaps we can work things out. I will not give you money, but you're a business person, I'm a business person. I started as a waiter myself, you too. You know what? I'll find $5,000, $10,000 for you. 3 years from now, you pay me. It's a business deal. Dignity. Business to business. No charity, no asking, no donation. Dignity. We get a pizza place open, people will have something to eat, people will have jobs. That's our message. Let's just start that. So what we want, and we're asking from people, if this thing moves forward is, so right now we're working with the National University of Singapore Entrepreneurship Center, with Stanford University and the Wellbeing Creative Lab here in Kyushu University to create social business as a way of doing this. And what we need from you is to help us identify and engage local stakeholders and potential partners. Anyone who likes the idea, come to us. Let's find the businesses who want to work with other businesses and create businesses for the future of Japan. Let's talk to the business associations. Let's do a census of the businesses in the field. I don't want to know about the shelters. You know what I want to do with the shelters? I want to destroy the shelters. I want people out of the shelters now, but not in the street. I want them working. I want them creating businesses. I don't want to have a 3-year plan of feeding these people. I want to create a plan to employ them in the next 6 months. I have met people in the field who right now are working on creating refugee camps so they can host these people for 3 years. I think that is a really bad idea. We need to get them out of the shelters, not think about long-term shelters. So anyone who wants to help, anyone who wants to be part of this, contact us, and let's get people back out in the street, back out working and creating wealth. Thank you.